The 970th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up using promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, Degenerinos. Welcome to episode 970 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to the 75 of you who have us as your top podcast this year, according to Spotify. This goes out to all 75 of you. I don't know all your names, so I'm not going to dedicate one to each one of you unless you want to hit me up. Obviously, if you share this online with other people, then I will say your name. And to the rest of you who listen, who aren't your top podcasts, shame on you. And shame on all of you for your musical tastes as well. But we won't really get into that, but it's some really dreadful musical tastes. Thanks for coming to the show. I am one of your hosts. I would be the dessert warrior, Jeff Fox. With me, Daniel Gummy Vreeland. We've got a UFC pay-per-view apparently this week. But more importantly, we got the return of Gumby's favorite, hopefully, if she makes it to the cage. Maycee Barber. We haven't hyped it up enough this time, Gumby. She's back. Better than ever, I'm sure.
She has missed her last couple of fights. I didn't realize that because I went back and I was like, looking back at like, do I really have to pick Maycee Barber or not?
Nope,
and having an existential crisis about it. And then I was like, man, she hasn't fought in a while. She was supposed to fight Rose Namajunas in that fight where she wound up punching Tracy Cortez's eyelashes off. Which, man, what a sentence that is. Yeah. And she dropped out of another fight in there too. So it's been a minute since we've seen her. But yeah,
the Blanchfield fight, remember? Was it not Blanchfield? And Blanchfield was very upset about it. Was that not?
Oh, yeah. And she said she'd never fight her again, or never even attempt to fight her again. Yeah.
And she said her DNA was an abomination, I think.
No, that's Manel Cape. Who we get next week? We get Manel Capes.
Yes.
Which, by the way, if he drops out of more fights than anybody we know, and to be the guy who is the one on record saying your DNA is an abomination, it's kind of funny that it's like flipped around on him pretty hard.
Yep. So this is it. This is it for pay-per-views, Gumby. At least I think in Canada, we're still gonna have to pay for it. Wink, wink. But yeah, for you, this is it. Last time you have.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I figured you'd be okay with that, Gumby.
And they're filling out those 324, 325, the numbered card, which we're gonna call instead of pay-per-view. Now the numbered card.
We have to find a better name for that.
Numbered cards.
Yeah.
Flag. What was it that Bellator?
Temple. We could do that.
Not that.
Yes. What is WWE calls it? What, premium live events or something stupid like that?
I very much do not know the answer to that question. No offense to any of our WWE watching pals, but no. I very much do not know.
I don't watch it here either, but I do hear it. But yeah, they're filling out the cards, maybe with the wrong matchups, but they're filling out the cards with some interesting fights for sure. So this card, UFC 323, is filled out pretty nicely, is it not?
Yeah, it's fun.
Main card, whole thing's pretty good.
Yeah, fun top to bottom. I found myself in a lot of fights where I was like, do I like that guy in this fight? Which is, usually a good sign of solid matchmaking. It wasn't like a fight that I just like breezed through and was like, I know who I want in this one. The top a little bit lighter, I think, in terms of like intriguing matchups, despite there being title fights. But like, even the main card, there's still like 3 really close fights on there, despite the title fights seemingly being, although I guess one of the title fights is close. The second one's just kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And we've got Ibo versus Evo matchup on the prelim. So what more do you want, right? Names that
Evo.
We should probably dive into it. We don't want to talk too much because we got 8 fights or no more than that.
9 fights.
9 fights. Yeah, 9 fights. So all right, before we dive into it, reminder, it's the last week of our merch holiday sale, so it's your last chance to get MMA Gambling Podcast merch. I see Gumby's got a SGPN sweatshirt on. I have a SGPN hat on. I got a sweatshirt right beside me. Like I said, probably 75% of my daily outfits are SGPN merch. So MMA Gambling Podcast and otherwise, all the shows have it. Just the Sports Gambling Podcast in general has a whole bunch of good stuff. So check it out. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Remember, the code HOLIDAY will get you 25% off. So check it out. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Holiday is your checkout code, 25% off. Probably I'll mention that again. I'm sure we probably have a multiple regional champ, you would think, on this card. Maybe not. Well, we have at least one. So we are going to have a bunch of Contender Series grads because that's the way you get yourself into the UFC these days. So UFC 323, Dvalishvili versus Jan 2. We love ourselves some rematches for sure. Going down this Saturday, Las Vegas, Nevada. We're not talking about those guys in this episode, though. We're talking about the prelim fights. 6 p.m. is the start time for the prelims. T-Mobile Arena, if you want to go watch it, Las Vegas, Nevada. 14 fights. Starting off with, see, this is a good one too. 145-pound fight. Muhammad Naimov. He is from Tajikistan. Yes. Good for me. I'm catching on to that flag. Mairon Santos is from Brazil. He's on Gummy's Top Turtle podcast. He's actually a world traveler. Well, at least a U.S. to the Brazil and back traveler recently. You can listen to that on Top Turtle this week. They're fighting 145, like I said. We'll tell you about Naimov first. Hillman, 13-3, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been submitted once. That makes him durable. 5-1 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight and 8 of 9. He's fight up at 155. 0-1 in Contender Series because he lost to who?
Oh man, Naimov lost on Contender Series.
Yeah, it was a while. I think.
Oh, it was to somebody. Really
surprised. I think if I remember.
Was it to one of those brothers that one?
Nope, wasn't a brother. Colin Anglin.
Oh no, that's even more shocking. Yeah.
Yes, not a good loss. He's gotten a little better since then. Excuse me. He is 2 inches taller than Santos. He's got better grappling stats than Santos. He's been outstruck in the UFC by 0.84 strikes per minute. Hasn't stopped him from losing though. From winning, excuse me. He's 5-1, like I said. Plus 220. The legend, Mairon Santos, 16-1 with 8 knockouts. He's been knocked out himself once. 3-0 in the UFC. He's won 4 straight. He's not lost since February 2022. 2-0 in the Ultimate Fighter and the champion of his season. He has fought at 125, 135, 155. 1-1 as a pro grappler. 2 inches of reach over Naimov. 6 years younger. Better striking and active striking stats than Naimov. He's outstruck his opponents by 1.15 strikes per minute, minus 235. Gummy will kick it off for us.
Yeah, I'm obviously going Mairon Santos.
Is it obvious though?
Yeah, because here
wasn't totally obvious for me.
There was a second where you said, Mairon or Muhammad Naimov obviously got better. Did he get better, or is he just got better at cheating? I mean, like he's like glove grabs, fence grabs.
Yeah, and that'll get you plenty of wins though.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing happened to you. It doesn't mean
right. It's been doing it. Yeah, I mean, like he should have never beat Nathaniel Wood, right? Like that's why you just let Nathaniel Wood finish one of those takedowns where he grabbed the cage or take a point away from one of the fence grabs, and he loses that fight too. And for me, he's always been kind of a guy who loads up a little bit too much on his strikes, makes it so that he kind of relies on his takedowns because he's not going to land with all that much volume. And look, Mairon Santos, like. I was a doubter going into his last fight. Like I believed in him all through the Ultimate Fighter. And then I was like, man, they cannot give him Sadiq Youssef right now. Like that is a big ask for a kid at 25 years old. What did he do? He went in there and pieced up Sadiq Youssef like he's never boxed before, and to me, like Naimov is far worse of a boxer I think Mairon Santos's grappling defense holds up too. And, not that this is the end all be all of a statistical breakdown here or a fight breakdown here. He is training with the fighting nerds now. He did a whole fighting camp with the fighting nerds.
That's a good thing now, though.
It is.
They got a bit of a stink because
why? Because they lost a top 5 matchup. 4 other guys lost top 5 matchups.
I know. Yes.
Right. And then every single one of them has come back with a big win. Like maybe they don't have any champions yet, but they do have 4 guys in the top 10s of their respective divisions. Like, and then like seemingly guys getting signed left and right, guys turning in their best performances, right? Like Michael Olszewski looks way better now that he's there versus when he was back in Poland. Look, I think it's a great move for him. I think he's working with some really tough training partners down there. I love the move for Mairon Santos, and like if nothing else, the fighting nerds have always had really good takedown defense too, with the exception of Mauricio Hoofy struggling with BSD. Like I imagine his wrestling defense will get even better, and he's so much better of a striker than Naimov. So look for the speed really to carry this, and the fact that he's like not a one-shot guy. He's a guy who puts together really good combinations.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking Hillman. Decent grappler, maybe not defensively. Well, if he gets to hold the cage, he is. Willing to get into scraps. So that may be the issue here. The willing to get into scraps because Santos, as you said, faster, better striker. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And can have explosive hands, not overly explosive, but
I don't know.
he
His
has a little bit.
knockout of on the Ultimate Fighter finale was
Was,
devastating. And again, that was against
Yep.
the guy who is kind of like a grapple first kind of guy too.
Yep. Yeah, Santos, I ended up deciding I will go with the favorite here. So Santos is the pick. We're going to 185 now. Mansur Abdul-Malik, Antonio Trócoli, U.S. versus Brazil. Trócoli nickname is Malvada, excuse me, which means evil. So he's Evil Broccoli is his nickname, right, Gumby? From now on, he's Evil Broccoli. Is he not also? He's Mr. Someone. He's Mr.
No, I
Norma Dumont. Is he not? Is that
no,
right?
You're thinking of somebody else.
Not, I'm thinking of someone else. Oops.
Yeah, the guy who fought like 3 weeks ago is Norma Dumont's dude.
Okay. Another Brazilian guy. Another big Brazilian guy. This guy, Malvado Trócoli, 12-5 with 1 no contest, 3 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. 0-2 in the UFC. He's lost 2 straight and won 1 of 3. 3-2 with 1 no contest over his last 6. Been finished in his past 2 fights. He's not won since November 2021. No contest on Contender Series. He won, but then he failed a drug test for real drugs, as we like to say on this here show.
Actually, we like to say
we do. We call it real drugs because it's not like weed or something stupid like that. It's actually a performance enhancer with some name that like Andrew or something. Regional champ. He's fought at 170 and 205. 2013 Pro MMA debut. 4-inch Jalin Abdul-Malik. He's outstruck his opponents by 4.5 strikes per minute in the UFC. Yeah, he's lost plus 800. We're not going to get a real drug shirt made up for the show, Gumby.
Real drug? No, we're not getting
real drug.
For the show.
We say it is something we say. All right, Abdul-Malik, Ma'am, is 8-0-1, 7 knockouts, 1 submission. I made up the nickname. 2-0-1 in the UFC. He got a draw in his last fight. I was trying to think which foul happened in that one. Yeah. No, it wasn't a foul. Actually, it was a foul, but then they judged him the winner, but they weren't supposed to, or something like that, right?
Yeah. And he wound up getting turned into a draw like a month after it happened.
Yeah, it was a win.
Cody Brundage, too.
Yes, it was. High IQ. 1-0 Contender Series. He's fight at 205, an inch of reach, 7 years younger than Trócoli. Better striking stats, 3 times more active landing strikes. He's outstruck his opponents by 0.78 strikes per minute, minus 1,000. Sadly, it's gone into the 4 digits. It was 8 something a few days ago. I got to take Abdul-Malik regardless. He's going to win. He's probably going to knock him out, but that's still not even that great. That's like minus 400, I think.
I saw that. I was like, I was looking for him inside the distance, and it was like negative 700. And I was like, man, inside the distance is negative 700. Yeah. I mean, like, it makes sense though. Like, he's so fast, he's so explosive, he's so good. It seems like they're setting him up for just kind of like an easy fight. Like, he wanted one more before the year ended, and they found whoever they could. Marco Tullio, by the way, the intern has got back to me, is the boyfriend, not Trócoli. So yeah, and like, look, Trócoli, hittable, takedownable, dangerous when you let him throw with you. But like, I don't know. It seems like Mansur Abdul-Malik is going to do the right thing here and not stand and bang with him wildly on the feet. So like, as long as he either chooses to pick him apart from the outside or chooses a double leg and doesn't choose to sit in a phone booth, he should win this fight pretty easily.
Yep. Lock it in. I was saying that way too much. I saw when I was editing podcasts, everything was lock it in.
I like it. That's a catchphrase. Like stop trying to make real drugs a catchphrase. And make that a catchphrase.
It's way better than lock it in. Way better. All right, 205 we're going to now. Ibo versus Ivo. Ibo Aslan, he's from Turkey. Iwo Baraniewski, he's from Poland. He's got a ski at the end of it, so obviously. We'll tell you about the last Ottoman first. Aslan, 14-3 with 14 knockouts. He's been submitted twice, 2-2 in the UFC. Won his first 2, lost his last 2. 6-2 over his last 8. 1-0 Contender Series. He's fed at heavyweight, multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
There you go. We did have one. Correct. Remember the merch store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Holiday at checkout, 25% off. 3 inches taller, 4-inch reach advantage over Baraniewski. He's got better grappling stats. He's outstruck his opponents by 1.62 strikes per minute, plus 168. Baraniewski, Rudy, obviously, is his nickname, Gumby. Obviously, right? It makes sense.
Does he look like Sean Astin?
Yeah, it makes yes, exactly. It makes perfect sense. 6-0, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. He owes us a decision. This is his debut. 1-0 Contender Series. Judo champ, BJJ champ. 2 years younger than Aslan. Twice more active. He outstruck his opponent by 6 strikes per minute on the Contender Series, minus 180. Did you like him coming off Contender Series? Remind me.
Yeah, he was first of all, we like him because he cashed for us at like plus 250 or something like that. I had him against, it's funny, you asked me who won that Dana White Contender Series fight. Meanwhile, I can tell you who the last 3 people all beat, because Ibo beat Pleasure Man and Evo beat Muhammad Ali. And so, like, you know, I know those ones for some reason. Oh, and Mansur Abdul-Malik beat Party Time. So yeah, for some reason I remember those ones instead. I did like him. It was a 20-second knockout, so it's hard to gain anything from that. But like, I went in liking him in the first place because look, he's kind of gritty and can work in the clinch really well. He's got like nice uppercuts in the clinch when he gets in there, and also like isn't afraid to mix it up wrestling wise. I also like that he just seems to be smart. I'm pretty sure that's why I picked him against Muhammad Ali, is because like that's like a damn good grappler and has like a one-touch big KO power, but like isn't really going to put his strikes together. And I was like, look, as long as he stays away from the big strikes and keeps himself out of range for a takedown, he should be fine. And you might remember, you probably don't, but I picked against I picked against Ibo Aslan in his last fight too, when he lost to Juicebox Walker. And it was literally just because I was like, hey, he just needs to be safe and tire him out. If he dances, he wins. And, you know, the thing I already like about Baraniewski is that he is safe. He does the right thing. He stays away from those big KO shots, and he's got the big KO shots himself. And so for Ibo Aslan, I think like there's too many ways he can kind of mess this up. He can walk into a strike. He could walk into a takedown. He could tire himself out chasing Baraniewski around the cage. And whereas like the one way that Baraniewski can kind of lose this fight is just like choosing to be in range too long with Ibo Aslan, who does load up on his strikes a lot. You know I said that about Muhammad Naimov as well, but he does kind of just load up too much. So yeah, I like the newbie here. Give me Baraniewski.
Yeah, I'll take him as well. Aslan's obviously you got to be careful with him on the feet because that's how he wins fights. But Baraniewski's a good grappler, correct? He's got judo and background. Do you think he can go with that or not?
You know, I don't know. He's coming off of beating so he didn't look interested in the 20 seconds he was in the cage doing that. But like some of that too is he was up against a pretty high level BJJ black belt. And so like he's got a nice right hand. He's got a nice left hand too, for that matter. So like, I hope he didn't fall in love with them and like knows to have the smarter fight here. Because you know that'll happen. Like you get a big knockout, everybody's all hyped up and you're like, oh, now I can go into the UFC and get an extra 50K by doing that. You know, like, but he does seem like a guy who's got his head on his shoulders. So I'm going to trust him here.
Yeah, smart MMA fighter. That's the market that has not been cornered yet, right?
Especially not at light heavyweight, my man. Not at light heavyweight.
That could be a massive advantage, positive.
Untapped market.
Yes, exactly. All right, before we dive into more fun plays, winning plays, tell you about Novig. We're also brought to you by Novig. That's Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting the best prices because they have reduced juice. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And Underdog is your home for pick-up entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. I bet Gumby has a play for you right now. I just have a feeling.
Sure, let's stick with the UFC 323 this Saturday. And I'm going to go right to the main event, Merab Dvalishvili. Dude just racks up takedowns, doesn't he? And I imagine this fight might go a little bit on the longer side, especially being that it's a rematch. Right now, Underdog has his projected takedowns at only 8.5. We're going to go with the higher than on Merab's takedowns. I think he gets at least 9.
Yeah, rinse and repeat with that guy. Keep taking people down. So I co-sign that. Maybe I'll actually have to make a video, and maybe I'll include that. We'll see. Unless Gumby, are you making a video? Are you going to include that one?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. But one of us will include that.
Well, whoever gets to it first. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 bonus funds when you sign up with the code MMASGPN. I think it just caused a existential crisis with Gumby there. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Are you okay? Everything okay?
I'm good.
Is it the holiday crush coming up? Is that the issue?
I'm good. I'm fine around the holidays.
Okay, good. Let's go to a 155-pound fight. Edson Barbosa. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's from Brazil. Jalin Turner from the United States of America. Barbosa's been around a while. Has he been around before even Gumby? What year did you get into MMA, Gumby? Have you talked about this before?
Like 2000 maybe or something like that.
Okay, yeah. He's 2009. I was thinking he was around longer than that, but no. Gumby has been around
way before that.
Yep. All right, let's tell you about him first. Edson Barbosa, 24-13, 14 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted twice. 18-13 in the UFC. He's been around. He's lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight. Before that, he lost 2 straight, which means
it's due for a
based on patterns, 2-fight win streak coming up. Yeah, he's not won since October 2023. Used to fight at 145. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Remember, merch sale, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Holiday, 25% off. 2009 pro MMA debut, 25-3 in Muay Thai. I think that's just a partial record as well. That's kickboxing as well. He's been outstruck though in the UFC by 0.46 strikes per minute, plus 270. So you're around for the Terry Edom fight then, I assume, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Of course. All right, the tarantula, Jalin Turner. I know what you're thinking. Didn't he retire? This is MMA. Come on, don't be silly. 14-9, 10 knockouts, 4 submissions. So he's finished everyone. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted once. 7-6 in the UFC. He's lost 2 straight. He's won 1 of 5. Both his past 2 losses via finish. He's not won since December 2023. So someone's going to get off the schneid here, you would think, unless we got a draw. Missed weight before at 155, which isn't shocking because he's huge. He's fed at 170. 1-0 in Contender Series, 2-0 in Bellator Rip, 1-0 in World Series of Fighting. 4 inches taller, 2-inch reach advantage over Barbosa. 9 years younger. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes, and better grappling stats than Barbosa. He got a positive strike differential at plus 0.98. He's at minus 285. Obviously, all the stats are pointing to Turner, right? So the knee jerk, I would be like, oh, I'm taking Turner, but no, you can't take him. You just can't, especially at this number. The number is the biggest turnoff here, but more than that, even is just how Turner has looked in the cage. I don't know how he's like this number's gone up too since I saw it a couple of days ago. I don't know how people can put significant money down on Jalin Turner. He's looked like for a while now. It's not just like it's not just his last fight. It's been years where he's looked like he does not want to be in the cage. And then he proved that he doesn't want to be in the cage by, getting finished in 2 straight fights and then retiring, quote unquote, retiring. So a few months away now, he's cured all that. I don't know.
Did you see the social media post too, by the way? Not that I like pulling social media posts into my breakdowns. That's totally not my style, but he said something, maybe it was an interview. He said something to the effect of, there are still things outside of the octagon calling my name, but I got to finish this up first. Like, that's not good language like that's terrible language.
What, he has 1 fight left in his contract or something?
Yeah.
I don't see how you
sure what it sounds like.
Yeah, obviously if he is right, but you can't bet on him being right. But if he is right, like he was, years ago, then obviously I would pick him to take care of Barbosa. But yeah,
but like even hear me out too. So like I'm going Barbosa as well. Like I'm on your side. We're both taking him plus 270, too big of a steal to not play him here. But like I'm not even sure like the best version of Jalin Turner I would still pick necessarily, right? Because like what would you be counting on him doing in order to beat Edson Barbosa? Like just shooting a takedown as quickly as he possibly could? Because the thing is about Jalin Turner is long got ahead of people on the feet by being way longer and really hard to hit from range. The problem is that's just not true about Edson Barbosa. Edson Barbosa uses his range better and is only, what is it, like 2-inch difference? It's like barely a difference, right? So like for once, he's having to fight somebody who's similar to his range, although he did with Baja Mondays too, although he was submitted before that fight even started. But like, we've got a guy who seems to be quitting in fights. We got a guy who doesn't seem to want to be in there. We got a guy who wants to retire. And then I'm like, not sure even the best version of him has all that many advantages over a guy that we can get at plus 220 and is probably going to kick his damn legs off. So yeah, I like Barbosa here. Give me him at plus 270. That's a steal.
We didn't even mention the leg kicks until the very, very end. So there you go.
Yeah, they're good too. And he's got those spindly ass little legs too. Like he'd probably kick the hell out of them.
It would be nice if prime Jalin Turner was still a thing, but yeah. How often do you see fighters actually come back from where he's been?
Especially when like that's the language around it. Like the language around it was that like he didn't love it. You're in the wrong
he's shown
sport.
that he hasn't loved it for a long time now.
Yeah, you're in the wrong sport for not loving it, man.
Exactly. You're gonna get hurt, especially with the guy Edson Barbosa. You better be both feet in, or you're gonna get your feet kicked off. All right, we're going to 185 now. This is the main event of the early prelims. Marvin Vettori, Italy. Brunno Ferreira, Brazil. I will tell you about Ferreira first. The Hulk, 14-2, 9 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. You definitely owe us a round, sir. 5-2 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight and 4 of 5. Past 2 wins via submission. First, he went on a streak where he's knocking everyone out, and now he's submitting everyone. 1-0 contender series, regional champ. 007 is his strike differential, plus 0.07. He's at plus 100 on the board. The Italian Dream, Mad Marvin, 19-9-1, 2 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's never been finished in a fight. 9-7-1 in the UFC. He's lost 3 straight. He's won 1 of 5. He's not won since March 2023. Fought at 170 and 205 before. Missed weight before, down at 170. Regional champ, 2012 pro MMA debut. 1 nose pro grappler. 2 inches of height, 2 inches of reach over Ferreira. More active landing strikes and a better grappler than the Ferreira. He's outstruck his opponents by 0.16 strikes per minute, minus 104. So basically a pick him.
Have I ever told you the story about where Marvin Vettori's nickname comes from?
I think so, but tell us again.
Would you believe me if I told you the Eminem song Mosh?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point in time in that song, he says the words American Dream, and then
okay, I think you told me that. Yeah,
Marvin Vettori Googled what that was, and he said he wanted to be the Italian version of that. And
well, Eminem not among the top 5 most listened to artists by our listeners, Gumby. So
yeah, I did see that.
You probably don't know that.
The case. But anyway, to me that's just like one of the most remarkable nickname stories of all time.
He's a fun guy all around.
He is a lot of fun to interview too. I will say that this is one of the best match made I've ever seen. It's like a guy who barely finishes anybody versus a guy who gets finished all the time, and then one guy who finishes the other one versus a guy who like seemingly can't be finished. One guy who's like cardio like has been brought into question once in a while, and then the other guy's got good cardio but makes really dumb mistakes no matter what. Like it's just like it's perfect. I want to blame it on Ferreira though. I think Marvin's too hittable. And like, what's Marvin's path to victory, right? Volume or takedowns, right? Volume or takedowns. Yeah. We've seen from Ferreira, because I knocked him for his grappling way too many times. The Discord even gave me crap about it. But like, his judo like kind of holds up. Like he hits those like little hip tosses and scrambles and gets right back to his feet. And we've seen him with some top control. Plus, Marvin Vettori has not been shooting a lot of takedowns in his most recent fights. Like, if you go back and you look, like, the numbers have been sinking significantly as he's gotten later in his career. So, like, I kind of think that, like, he winds up just trying to, like, outpace him with boxing on the feet. Is he going to run into one? Are the memorable shots going to be Marvin Vettori's? My guess is no, right? Like Ferreira is going to be the one either landing a knockout blow or landing the blows that you remember. And that seems like it will probably play up in the judges' favor anyway. So I'm kind of banking on him not gassing out, which is part of that, but I'm going to take Ferreira.
Right. Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's not as stark as the Turner example, but Vettori is another guy who's just, he doesn't have it anymore.
Well, what he had in the first place was never like world beater stuff. You know what I mean? Like he was gonna beat people who he could take down, and he was gonna lose to most of the ones he couldn't.
Yeah, he has to grind out wins. Yeah, this is which it's a scary thing to try to do against a guy like the Hulk. Even with questionable cardio, he's got that one hitter quitter power too. Maybe he's gonna be the first guy to finish Vettori. That wouldn't be the craziest thing. Vettori's got a lot of miles on his.
May talk about that on tomorrow's show.
Oh, good. I was gonna possibly take that as a play, but maybe I won't then if Gumby's already in on it. But yeah, Ferreira is the play here for sure. Now we're finally to the main prelims. We have got 155 lightweights. First, Ziam from France. Nazim Sadykhov. He is from Azerbaijan. We will tell you about once Tapology actually reloads. And actually, I don't need you, Tapology. Screw you. I will tell you about Sadykhov first. Black Wolf, 11-1-1, 8 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been submitted once. 4-0-1 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight and gotten 11-0-1 over his last 12. Past 2 wins both via TKO. He's not lost since November 2018. 1-0 contender series. He's fought at 150. More active lightning strikes than Ziam and better grappling stats than Ziam in the UFC. He's been outstruck by 0.34 strikes per minute in the UFC and the contender series, and he's at plus 127. Smile Killer, Ziam, 17-4, 6 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been submitted 3 times. 7-2 in the UFC. He's won 5 straight and 7 of 8. He's not lost since February 2022. Welterweight championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, get all the good stuff. sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Holiday at checkout, 25% off. He used to fight at 170 and 185. 2014 Pro MMA debut. 3 inches taller than Sadykhov, 6-inch reach advantage, 3 years younger, better striking stats, more active landing strikes. Sorry, not more active. Better striking stats. He's outstruck his opponents by 1.23 strikes per minute, minus 128. Give me Smile Killer here. I like him in this matchup. The reach is a big thing because I think he's the better striker in this matchup, and he's going to have a half foot of reach to take advantage of that. He's also a good grappler as well. He's pretty solid.
It's newfound that he's a really great grappler. Because that was like a massive hole in his game early on. I was like, I was actually off Ziam in a bunch of fights, just being like, he's not going to be able to defend this takedown. And now not only is he defending the takedowns, he's scoring them too. Who is it? Matt Frivola, who he took down a couple of times, and then need him into different, different municipality. Like, I mean, like it was
municipality. Yes.
Yeah, it was a mean knee. And the worst part, have you ever heard the Ray Longo track on that one too?
No.
Ray Longo,
I want him to narrate everything though, but yes.
You can get him yelling to Frivola in that fight. He goes, turn around. And he turns around and eats a knee right to the mouth. And it's like, oh, that's terrible. And he's usually spot on. So no hate to Ray Longo here. This is certainly a pro Ray Longo podcast. But yeah, Sadykhov, like you said, probably the faster striker, definitely the more technical of the two versus Sadykhov. And like, I don't mean to detract from Sadykhov, but he's kind of gotten a little bit lucky with some of his fights too, right? Like when we saw a guy who could kind of wrestle with him and was a better striker, and Evan Elder was beating the crap out of him, and he just like cut Elder with like a really awkward kick, right? And then wound up getting the doctor stoppage. Like Elder wins that fight probably 10 times out of 10 if there's no injury like that. So, for me, I think Ziam is going to be better from range. I think he's probably going to like surprise him with the takedown. That seems to be his thing too, is like since he's like gone to the well and like figured out how to wrestle a little bit, he's now just like, they're not going to see this coming. And he hit the guy who's the least expecting it with some takedowns. So yeah, I like Ziam here. I'm kind of shocked by the number, to be honest too.
What would you put it at if you were guessing numbers here? Where would you put
it? I probably would have put Ziam close to 2 bills. I think he's a 2-1 favorite in this fight. Just because like I kind of think Sadykhov is like outperformed his actual abilities in terms of his results. And Ziam maybe the exact opposite. Like some of those losses are kind of fluky too. So he could actually be in a lot better of a spot.
All right, the team ride continues. Let's see if it continues after this ad read for Rhythm. Our friends at Rhythm, RTHMM, they are crushing it in the NFL this season, especially on props. They've been really good at identifying when to fade players and take those unders. And college basketball is up and running. And with 300 plus schools, Rhythm has predictions for every game, every night. Pairs nicely with the college experience shows with Mac, Colby, and Noah. Every game, you're prepared. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house, model, or make your own and play with these sliders. With so many sports in the holidays, this makes it easy to get an elite prediction on a game so you and I can focus on other sports. Gummy will help you focus on other sports as well by giving you a winning play right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get this in your ears on Wednesday night before the game tips off, but if you do, take the Bucks as home underdogs here against the Pistons. Even though the Pistons have been on a nice little run, they haven't really been blowing anybody out of the water. I think the Bucks can keep it close. They're getting 4.5. I'll take the points with the Bucks.
All right. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, to Gumby's main event, women's flyweight. Maycee Barber versus Karine Silva, U.S. versus Brazil. Silva, killer Karine Silva. 19-5, 9 knockouts, 8 submissions. She's been knocked out once, submitted twice. 5-1 in the UFC. She's won 10 of 11, including her last bout. 1-0 contender series. She's fought at 115 and 135. 2013 Pro MMA debut. 2-inch reach advantage over Barber. Better grappling stats than Barber. She's outstruck her opponents by 0.1. No, she's been outstruck by 0.16 strikes per minute, plus 165. The future Maycee Barber. I don't know what she's the future of, but she's the future.
She's the future Barber, remember?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Future hairstylist is 14-2, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions. Never been finished in a fight. 9-2 in the UFC. She's won 6 straight. Before that, she lost 2 straight. She's not fought, though, since March 2024. She last lost a fight February 2021. 1-0 contender series. Used to fight at 115. 5 years younger than Silva. Better striking stats and more active landing strikes than Silva. She's outstruck her opponents by 1.8 strikes per minute. She's at minus 163. All right, Gumby, are you taking your favorite fighter here?
Hell no. You know,
neither am I. Team Rye continues.
And at first when I looked at this line, I was like, oh, I remember Karine Silva took a recent loss. Maybe I'm like jumping the gun too much. I went back and I watched that entire Vivi Arroyo fight for Karine Silva. She won that fight. There's no doubt in my mind she won that fight. She won every single judge on the first round. And then the second round, she beat the crap out of Arroyo for like 4.5 minutes. And like a position gets reversed with 30 seconds left. And like Arroyo hits her with some like kind of weak hammer fists and like has like a good position. But it's like 30 seconds at the end of like, a 5-minute round where she got the crap kicked out of her. I thought Karine Silva went into the third round being like up 2 rounds and like, how the hell could she possibly lose this? And I think she thought that a little bit too. So like when you go back, like that's obviously a good win. And she kind of bodied Arroyo until like the very end when she started to tire out a little bit. And we've kind of noted that that's like the Maycee Barber path to victory, right? Is to be the bigger, more physical kind of bully in the clinch kind of fighter. And like, I went back and watched her last fight, which granted now at this time is a long time ago. She kind of struggled in the clinch with Kate Sermonara. Sermonara like had a lot of advantageous positions. That's something I don't typically think too highly of her in, is that she's like a dominant grappler. She's always the person who strikes from range and says "hiya" a lot. But instead, like she was in the clinch and she was mixing it up with Maycee and like doing pretty well in it. So like, yeah, Maycee obviously won the fight, but I don't trust her to be physical with Karine Silva here. And like, then if she tries to strike from distance, the way she strikes, it like lends itself to getting stuck in the clinch a lot. Like the way she like has to move forward as she's throwing her strikes, and there's
she crashes into the opponent.
She crashes a lot, and there's not a lot of power despite the fact that she crashes. And like Karine Silva actually throws with a lot of power. She had Arroyo bleeding really badly in that fight from the nose and just like leaking everywhere. Like she actually throws with probably more power than Maycee Barber. So while I originally looked at this and was like trying to be like, okay, well, don't be an idiot here and just pick against Maycee Barber, because then after I watched the film, like I think it's the only thing you can do here. Yeah, I'm with Karine Silva.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to outmuscle Silva, which is what she needs to do to win fights. Silva's better on the feet, and you're
missing a big part too. Karine Silva, fighting nerd,
fighting nerd, and a killer as well.
Fighting nerd. Right? She's a fighting
nerd. Their camp's expanding, which is good to see. You got to worry about Barber's health, just her overall health, and whether she's been able to train properly, and if she can still be physical in fights. We really don't know.
Especially like if my biggest concern with Karine Silva too is whether or not she can fight physical late in the fights. Like that's where she struggled a little bit with Arroyo. Yeah. But like if Maycee's having trouble with her weight cuts and has been out for all these health issues, like you can't imagine that she's the one like pushing the pace in fighting hard into the third.
Yep. Hopefully she does not make us. That we'll be super angry if she wins now. No, we both picked against her. All right. Co-main event of the prelims: Terrance McKinney, United States; Chris Duncan from Scotland. We will tell you about McKinney first. T-Rex, obviously, is the nickname. 17-7, 8 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's finished everyone, all in the first round. He's been knocked out 5 times, submitted twice. So it's kill or be killed. He owes his rounds. Will he ever get a decision? I don't think so. 7-4 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight and 4 or 5. Both of his wins via finish, past 2. Has fought at 145 and 170. Missed weight before at 155. 0-1 in contender series because who beat him, Gumby?
Terrance McKinney. Oh, Terrance McKinney or Duncan?
Terrance McKinney.
Who beat Terrance McKinney? I remember who beat Duncan.
What could beat a dinosaur in a fight?
I don't know. You got me.
I'm sure it was in the first round, probably. Sean Woodson, second round, flying knee.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go. Gumby doesn't remember everything, eh? The brain.
That was when he was down a weight class too.
Right. Yep. All right. What else can I tell you about T-Rex? He does have a pretty good resume here. Regional champ, 2 inches of reach over Duncan, a year younger, better striking than stats, better grappling stats, and more active landing strikes than Duncan. He's outstruck his opponents by 3.2 strikes per minute, plus 140. The problem, Chris Duncan, 14-2. 7 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 6-1 in the UFC. He's won 3 straight and 7 of 8. 1-1 in Contender Series. Who beat him, Gumby?
Yeah, he lost the Slava Claus, beat Charlie Campbell.
Right. There you go. 3-0 in Bellator. Rep, regional champ. Is outstruck his points by 0.11 strikes per minute, minus 150. I was going to take McKinney just because he's fun and all, but it's it would be fun if he goes on Robert. you can't. You really can't bet on him, especially against a guy like Duncan. Heard a guy on another podcast, very wise guy, talk about how Duncan's durable. I can't remember what podcast it was. Top Turtle, maybe. But yeah, Duncan is pretty durable. He has been stopped once, but all you have to do is survive one round, and then McKinney's going to be tired, and Duncan probably is going to finish him because McKinney does not go to decisions here. So Duncan inside the distance.
Tired 2.5 minutes in. 2.5 minutes into the fight, he's tired and he's exhausted all of his possibilities.
Yeah.
I love Duncan.
And that's not getting better. That hasn't improved. He's still that way. So.
And Duncan keeps getting better with his durability. You mentioned the Slava Claus fight, and he got slapped by Slava Claus. He was hurt by Charlie Campbell, and I use those two moments as like reasons to pick against him for like a large portion of his career at this point.
Yep.
And like I need to stop myself because like he has looked so good since then. Like in both, like his striking is getting tighter. He's tagging and bagging like it's his job, right? Like that's his thing now, right? Like he'll tag you with the hands and bag you with the sub. His wrestling defense looks good, and he's incredibly durable. And then on the Terrance McKinney side, like he has to knock you down or sub you in the first 2 minutes, or it seems like he's not even there anymore. I mean, like I keep thinking about the Drew Dober fight and just like how bad he looked after dominating Drew Dober for 2 minutes. Like he dominated Drew Dober for 2 minutes and was like, well, that's all I got.
I'm done.
It's like the Grandpa Simpson meme where he walks in the door and takes his hat off and puts it right back on and walks. Like that's Terrance McKinney fighting. And like you can't take that against the guy who like pounces on the first time you mess up. And that's exactly what Chris Duncan does. He pounces on the first time you mess up. I'll take Chris Duncan.
He's also Homer fading into the bushes because he just fades away too, right?
Yeah,
McKinney's all the memes.
But that's him not wanting to be there.
Yes.
I think he wants to be there. He just he something leaves.
He gets sleepy. All right, both in on Duncan. Will the team ride? I'm not sure if he's going to survive this last bout here or not. I mean, let's see. Main event. Other prelims. Grant Dawson, United States. Manuel Torres, not the United States. He is from, I'm not going to say Mexico. It is Mexico. Damn it. I was thinking it was Peru. Mexico. 3 5-minute rounds. 155. El Loco. Obviously, it's I guess Peru at least speaks Spanish as well. El Loco Torres, 16-3, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted twice. EOS his rounds. 4-1 in the UFC. 7-1 over his last 8. TKO win in his last bout. He's a regional champ. He's fighting 145, 2014 pro MMA debut, an inch of reach over Dawson, a year younger. Better striking stats, twice more active landing strikes. He's outstruck his points by 3.67 strikes per minute. That is quite a big number there. Plus 190 though. Now KGD Dawson. Do we know what the K is? Is it King Grant Dawson? Is that what we're going with here?
I think that's what it's supposed to be, but I can't remember.
He should go all in like King Bobby Green and change your name to King Dawson.
He probably doesn't want to talk about Bobby Green all that much, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's right. They fought each other, did they not?
They did, and it did not go Mr. Dawson's way.
Most things have though. He's gone 23-2-1 in his career, 5 knockouts, 13 submissions. He's been knocked out twice though. 11-1-1 in the UFC. Gummy just told you who the one was. He's won 3 straight and 6 of 7. He's not lost since October 2023. Missed weight before up here. Used to fight at 145. Missed weight twice at 145. 1-0 Contender Series. He's a regional champ. 2014 pro MMA debut. He's outstruck his opponents from 1.09 strikes per minute, minus 200. All right, Gumby, is it a team ride or not? What's your pick?
When you said you didn't think we were going to agree, I kind of think we are now. I'm going to go Manuel Torres.
Yeah, team ride.
I
wasn't sure. I didn't think you were a big Grant Dawson fan.
I love Grant Dawson, but like,
oh yeah,
I do. I'm still like a big Grant Dawson fan, and like, let me get this perfectly clear before we get too far into this breakdown. I think this could be a fight where we both take Manuel Torres in 30 seconds into the fight. We're like, shouldn't have done that.
Because he's on his back, yeah.
Because he's on his back and he ain't getting up because that's how Grant Dawson fights. And if he can do it once, he can do it 7 times in this fight. But like, I've been really impressed with the footwork of Manuel Torres. I went back and watched a bunch of his fights and his ability to like stay away from his opponents, even when they're like a lot longer than him. Like, he looked really good. Granted, it's his only recent loss, but he looked really good in that fight with Ignacio Bahamondes on the feet. I think on the feet, he is going to like outclass Grant Dawson, who we also have like chin questions about because of that Bobby Green fight. And then in addition to that too, like if you watch his fight with Chris Duncan, the aforementioned Chris Duncan, who we just praised the hell out of on this show, like he took Chris Duncan down twice. Like his grappling is like kind of sneaky good. He's only been taken down 1 time in 8 chances in UFC and in Contender Series combined. His takedown defense is really held up, and some of that is the footwork to stay away from his opponents and to keep things at range. I think he's dangerous with the hands. I think that range becomes a problem for Grant Dawson. We've also seen Grant Dawson kind of fade against some like rangier striker types, you know, like the Ricky Glenn draw, if you will. And so like, I think if he does that against somebody like, you know, Torres here, I think he sleeps. So yeah, give me Manuel Torres.
Yeah, Torres on the feet. Against Dawson should scare Dawson. As he said, his chin is a little suspect. Torres is much better on the feet, much better striker, and he can grapple a bit himself as well, as long as he doesn't try to get into a grappling match with Dawson. Just play it safe, keep it on the feet. So
he got no grappling match with Chris Duncan and subbed him. Just saying. Like, maybe he can do it. We don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Fine. Just win. Well, we're picking you. So it doesn't matter how you win. We're taking it plus 190. So, all right, team ride. Here's who we got. Torres, Duncan, Silva, Ziam, Ferreira, Barbosa, Baraniewski, Abdul-Malik, and Santos. So even a bunch of dogs too, or not a bunch, but a few dogs, and we're still a team ride. Do you think tomorrow is going to be the same, Gumby, or not?
I think we're going to match all the way through this card.
Really?
I don't think we're going to differ once.
Really? I think we're going to differ on one fight, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. Tune in tomorrow and find out, ladies. That's a cliffhanger for you. We'll be in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast. Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Real, and I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram. Go to my Substack, enter my free UFC 323 pick'em contest at not sportsgamblingpodcast.com. You should go there as well, but moneymma.substack.com. Gummy's got Top Turtle MMA podcast. I just listened to it yesterday, I believe. Tell people who is on the podcast this week.
Yeah, we got Mairon Santos, who is fighting on this here card, and then AJ Fry, who will be fighting on the last card of the year next week in the Apex.
Yep, check it out. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Remember, holiday at checkout, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon for some bonus content from the bosses. We'll be back tomorrow. Loco, Jeff Fox, KDV. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.